Talofa Faithful, how's it going? The captain's back. Captain's got a little new name over here somewhere. That way? Yeah, that way. Nope, that way. New name, just for today. Yeah, so don't forget we are live on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube tonight. Tonight we're going to be giving our preview of the Kansas City Swifties. So we'll be going through that tonight. We've got TJ and then we've got Jamie in the background. So we're going to hit this intro and then we will be right back when it is over. BRB. Welcome back, everybody. All right, so we are going to bring in the other two people for this show. We are going to bring in Miss Jamie. How's it doing, Jamie? How you doing today?
Hello, guys. Hello. I'm doing good. How are you?
I am doing very tay-tay-ish.
Nice. Very nice.
All right, and then we got TJ coming in. How's it going, my brother?
What's up, bro? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you? You're just fiberglass.
My
right
bad.
now,
I just
you?
now got your message. No, I literally just got your message. Like, where you at? Me and my girl we're talking some things. I just found out some news. My dad told her. Good news. But yeah.
All right, cool.
Cool.
All right, we see what's up to
Anyway,
people who are in the chat right now. We got Mr.
Yeah, I was cracking everybody.
How's it, brother?
Hello, everybody.
We got BC, the Me Supreme. And then we got Carcast. No way. Cheesy ass title. Brother, if you think that's cheesy, it's just going to get cheesier all night long.
I guess
TJ
I have no idea.
TJ don't know what's going on with this. All right. So it's our drinking show, guys. What are we drinking tonight?
Jamie, go ahead.
I'm not drinking. I'm just drinking some soda, but I have my cup and that I got for Christmas. I don't know. It's very hard to get this.
She's drinking Swift tea.
Swift tea, yeah.
Oh.
What you got,
no,
TJ?
it's a cold cup, but yeah, no.
I decided, last week I realized I kind of fucked up and I changed my drink up that I've been doing for the last couple of weeks and went and made the Henny sour. Truthfully, honestly, I ain't got that much Henny left. So I just went back to the old Shirley Temple, or I guess it's if a male orders it, it's called a Buck Rogers. I guess I was corrected on that.
Kind of yes. It's kind of weird how the drink has two names.
Yeah.
I am drinking.
It's literally the same
Royal.
drink.
Yeah. The Crown Royal Washington Apple version.
Nice.
It has a nice color to it when it comes out.
Oh, that's cool.
Hey, that does. That is a nice color. Nice little red color. We can add some gold flakes to that.
Yeah, exactly. What's up, Mark? See, he's going, no, I'm thinking he's dipping out on what's going on. He's like, saw this, he's like, nah, dude, I'm good on this.
Yeah.
I didn't add the Marchieri cherries. Give me a second. I gotta go add some Marchieri cherries.
Got you.
All right, then we got John J in the house. How's it, John J? How you doing, brother? For those guys who are in chat, I don't know what happened. By the way, for anybody who was watching on Instagram, it just crashed on me for whatever reason. So I'm just going to go ahead and close that. While we wait on TJ, make sure everybody you go and subscribe to John LaJoy's channel. Make sure you go subscribe to Carcast, his channel. Also, the Brian Culp channel. We've also got the John J, the 49ers Ultimate Report channel. Let's see. Oh, Randy. I only drink blood and no, I'm not a vampire. How dare you assume that? Well, I don't know what other kind of people drink just blood, to be honest with you. So, or no, maybe are you a sparkly vampire? That would work for tonight. You could be a sparkly vampire for tonight. Hey, real quick, favorite Taylor Swift song? She just
Oh,
my car. No song.
that's a
So
hard
favorite
question.
song? I think I'm just gonna go with Bad Blood.
Bad Blood's good. I really like the one off of Folklore. I like Right Where You Left Me off of Evermore.
You know
There's
what?
a lot.
For this week and what's going on with us playing the Chiefs and with her, I think my favorite song is gonna be Gold Rush.
That's a good one too. Yeah.
I'm a daywalker with no powers. So you're just a creepy guy that drinks blood, basically, is what you're saying. That's all I got for that. You know, our songs. All right, we're just waiting for TJ to get back so we can get started. There he is. He's walking in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Just a weird goth guy. Yeah, I mean, like I said, if you have no powers but you drink blood, I'm definitely going to label you as some weirdo. TJ, I can see TJ in the back. He is like, I don't want to come back on this stream. We went from this Tay stuff, and now we're talking about some guy drinking blood with no powers. He's like, I'm out.
Fucking A, bro. I can. Anyway,
shake it
yeah,
off.
no,
Come on, TJ. What's your favorite Taylor Swift song? Don't be. I know you know one.
Gotta know at least like one or two.
I don't really have one.
You don't have one?
Don't really listen
He's
to Taylor
lying.
Swift, bro.
He's lying.
No, seriously, I really don't. And it's not even like I'm too cool to listen to Taylor Swift. No, I just don't listen to Taylor Swift. I'll slap the shit out of some Ed Sheeran. You know what I'm saying? Like, matter of fact, it was hella funny when we were can't remember if we were closed or we were pretty slow at work, you know, kind of starting to wrap it up at work.
Mhm.
But Shape of You came on, and my supervisor was like, TJ, it's your song. And I was like, hey, like that, right? And everyone's just kind of making fun of me. But there's a couple songs that come on that are like total, like, you know, white girl fucking songs and shit that I know because of my girl. And I'll be like dancing and singing at work, and everybody's like, "What the fuck?"
Cruel Summer.
No, I'll come into work. Like, sometimes we'll put on our speaker and I'll play like Nipsey Hussle. I'll play like some gangster ass Crip music or something like that, and then all of a sudden also like play some, like, you know, Charlie Puth or something, and everybody's like, "What the hell?"
All right, so
I wish I could show you guys my wall. I have I have my vinyls of her albums up over here, but I can't show you guys because I don't want to turn my camera, and it's a mess over there. But yeah.
All right, so we are leading into our Chiefs preview of the Kansas City Swifties versus the 49ers. I don't necessarily want to call this the rematch or the revenge game, I should say. It is a rematch, but I don't want to call it a revenge game simply because that was, 5 years ago. A lot of these guys weren't on this. Both these guys, or both teams, a lot of people weren't there. So I know a lot of people want to say, the revenge and this and that. I'm not considering it revenge. I'm just considering it a rematch. Thoughts?
Yeah, I remember I was listening to some podcasts this week, and there's only a very small handful of players from both teams that are still on the team that were there in the 2019-2020 Super Bowl. So
yeah,
it's kind of funny because we feel like the Niners. I don't really think of them and think much of turnover because it's been Kittle Corn so long. It's been Debo so long. BA's been on the team since 2020. So many of these players have been on the team so long that I really started going through my head this week, and I literally remember doing a show in 2020 and off-season show, and literally naming pretty much the whole entire starter from that Super Bowl that returned on the team. And I was going through the same list in my head, and I was like, damn, like almost everybody's gone, at least as far as starters are concerned.
Yeah. It took me a minute to realize that that Trent wasn't it. To me, Trent's been a Niner like his whole career. But then I was like, oh, wait a minute, no.
Our whole O-line is different.
Yep.
If you think
Yeah.
about it, the whole O line is gone. The only ones that are really there are Eric Armstead, Fred Warner, Debo, Kittle,
Nick
Juice,
Bosa.
Bosa. Who am I missing? Missing like 2 or 3 more.
That's it.
Is that really
I
it?
think that's really it.
That's really it.
Jeez.
I mean, as far as starters are concerned, I mean, I'm sure we you already said Eric Armstead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's like I'm pretty sure if we looked up, Kevin Givens might have been on the team or something like
Yeah.
that. You know,
Yeah.
He
some
feels like he's
players
been
like
there for a
that.
minute.
But
Yeah, like I said, BA's first Super Bowl. It's just like, man, it's like some of these guys. It was just they've been there for so, and it's not actually that long of a time. But it's just, oh shit, this is your first Super Bowl.
Yeah. But it's good that we have some people who have been there, though. That'll definitely be good.
I don't know if y'all got a chance to listen to Jed's press conference he did yesterday.
Really good press conference.
Yeah. I don't like his attitude of at least we got there, you know. That's very opposite of his uncle, you know. And you know, just personally, I kind of feel like maybe that says why we lost our 2 Super Bowls, you know. But anyway. But yeah, I mean a lot of good. I like when Jed speaks because it's almost like you get tidbits like we don't really spend offensively in free agency. Okay, what does that tell you right there? We're not going to really ever spend shit in free agency offensively.
Yeah.
You know? And so everybody talking about these rumors of what player we're going to get with what the owner tells you, like I remember back when we signed Trey. You know, it was a big like, who are we going to get? We were going to cut you. And I was like, dude, the owner has told you the plan going forward for the franchise. Like the owner has told you what the plan. And that's why I like listening to Jed speak. Just kind of like, okay, there's nobody. I mean, you could argue whether his parents are technically above him or not. But when what Jed says goes. You know, I always say the only person that has more power in the Niner organization than Kyle is Jed.
Mm-hmm.
So I always like that perspective of it. And then I was listening to a little bit of John Lynch's press conference, and I remember Jed was talking about how they've been. This is their 4th Super Bowl in 5 years, and I started to think about that. I was like, holy shit, bruh. They've literally been in the Super Bowl almost every year that they played us, except the year that the Bengals went.
Yeah.
No, this is the third out of 5 years.
No, it's the 4th.
I think he's right.
19,
4.
They went to 19, 20. Or no. Yeah, 19, 20, but they lost in 20 to Tom Brady. 21, they didn't go.
That's the Patriots
That's when the Bengals went go. 22, and then this year.
Mm-hmm.
So
who got the jersey hook?
I want to. Hey, bro. So y'all hear what happened with fans?
What?
So apparently, fans only put the Super Bowl patches on our home jerseys, and like I believe there's only like a white one, and like the gray or a gray and a black Brock jersey, and like one other jersey that will arrive before the Super Bowl. And it's the same thing with the Chiefs. Like the only Chiefs jersey that would be available if you order from Fanatics. For Fanatics is like a Kelsey's woman jersey, and there's like only like one other Niner jersey that will come.
Well, let's be honest. We know why that one's gonna. How many of those are gonna be ordered by Swifties right now? You know what I mean?
Oh, well, it is. But so the 408 Faithful had posted something cool, and my girl was asking me yesterday. She goes, babe, she goes, and I know we're going to get into it, but she said, how do you feel? And I said, look, like, I mean, they're legit. Like, Patrick Mahomes is legitimately the best quarterback in the league.
He's the best player in the league.
Like,
yep.
I can confidently say that, however I felt in 2019. Oh, fuck this bitch ass Kermit the Frog ass nigga. But I still feel that way. But I cannot deny, like, game recognized game, bro. Like he's the best quarterback in the league. He can do shit other humans can't do. I said, so I'm trying to look for little signs. So everybody knows about the fluke to Ayuk. But
thank you for saying that correctly.
Did you know? Yeah, I've been saying it correctly. Did you know a ladybug land and rumor is that it was the same ladybug that landed on our on the stage when the cheerleaders were, I guess they had like a thing with the cheerleaders and stuff, and they were shaking their pom-poms or whatever, and a ladybug landed on the stage while they were doing why they were after the thing. So I have decided, we win the Super Bowl, I'm getting a ladybug tattooed on me.
Yeah, I mean, I bet you would not be the only person, because I think that I've seen so many like ladybug 49er design things this week.
Yeah, like, okay, bro. It's a totally
it's a thing.
Like, yes, it is completely a thing now, and I can see a ton of people getting like ladybug tattoos and shit like
your boy.
Like I was saying on our show on Tuesday, I got scolded by I don't know how many people because I didn't know that the whole ladybug landing on you was a good thing. I'm like, my bad, I did not know.
Like when I say best player BC, I don't mean each individual. Or sorry, Randy. I just saw the white out of the corner of my eye. I'm not saying each individual year, but if every player became a free agent or entered the draft, Patrick Mahomes would be selected number 1 overall every single year. Probably until the man can't walk anymore.
I think it'd be 50-50 between him and CJ Stroud. So my oldest fantasy football league, the big one for $1,000, is disbanded randomly. So, and I had Patrick Mahomes. I had Patrick Mahomes, the first pick that year. So, but going into this year, I don't know who I'm going to pick first. If I don't have the number 1 pick, but would you go for someone like Patrick Mahomes, who granted is still the top of his game, but getting a little long in the tooth, per se, he hasn't been there that long, or do you go for someone like CJ Stroud, who's pretty much brand new in the league? So we'll see. It's
sophomore.
Yeah.
I will say this for CJ Stroud argument. They say the biggest jump a player makes is from year 1 to year 2.
Yep. That's when everything slows down to where you can finally start processing it, kind of thing. Yeah. And he's already processing it at a very high level.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
all right, let's
go ahead. Go ahead. My bad, bro. No, go ahead. My bad.
Let's move on to the first slide of the week. So we are doing the Things Changes Transactions report. I told you we were going to go crazy for this.
I'm done.
There's nothing on the transaction report this week. I mean, if anything happens, it's actually going to be next week. So there's going to be a lot, if, say, Kalia Davis is activated or anything like that, would definitely be something we could talk about this week. I guess the biggest transaction is that, or I guess it's going to be more of an injury, is that unfortunately we're not going to get to play against Charles Omenihu, who seems to be out for the season.
Yeah. Was it Achilles?
I think it was that or an ACL.
It was something. It was either Achilles or ACL. It was one of, that sucks. And
yeah.
So I actually liked him. Like, you like all the players, but everybody gravitates. You gravitate towards certain ones, and I liked him. Like I was like, you're a cool dude. I can, I'd have a beer with you, kind of thing.
Charles Omenihu was that player that I bet you that. Let's say that we didn't win the NFC Championship this year.
I got that reference.
What reference?
Tay equals Ray Finkel. Equals
Einhorn. Wow. Wow.
In the words of Captain America, I got that reference.
Finkel's Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel. Einhorn's a man. Anyway, bro, I'm sorry. Still you know what? I'll never forget. I know, weird little tangent I'm going to go on, but one of the things that pissed me off most about that, and like legitly, and it's one of my Ace Ventura is one of my favorite movies. I quote it all the time. I always go like a glove. Anyway, or I talk with my ass or whatever. Anyway, I always got pissed that they had us lose that Super Bowl against the Dolphins by a fucking field goal. I was like, bro, we whooped that ass. Like,
I just got really offended for the cinematography of it.
Laces out.
Laces were out, bitch.
Laces were out. That's literally the reason why I know that laces go out on a football.
Yeah. It's like, did anybody, unless you were like a kicker or were like really, really into the NFL, who fucking paid attention to where the laces were?
Nobody, not one single soul ever knew that before that movie came out that the laces go out. Unless you were a holder, which let's be real, back in the day, Jamie might be too young to remember this, but I know you and I remember this, Jason. People don't remember. A lot of times, your holder on kickoff teal was your quarterback or your backup quarterback.
It's usually the backup, yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing a few videos from Joe back in the 79, 80, where he was a field goal holder.
Because they wanted that in case something went wrong, someone who knew what to do with the ball was back.
Football,
so.
Yep. Actually, honestly, lightweight sneaky strategy.
Yeah.
I
still say let Mitch run it. But
hey, Brad. The Thunder for Down Under is the Super Bowl. Let's do it.
All right. So soon you'll be getting better featuring the Chicks 2020 injury list. So obviously this is not going to be anywhere final, or don't look too deep into this. For did not practice, we got Eric Armstead, probably just resting. George Kittle, again, just resting. Limited, we got Oren Burks and Ambry. And then we got full participation. We got Kalia Davis. So again, obviously this is way too early to be looking too deep into this. Obviously George is going to play. Obviously Eric's going to play. And I see no reason why Oren or Ambry, unless they trip and fall or hurt themselves somewhere, why they would not be available come next Sunday.
The one that's huge news and positive news is Kalia Davis. Kalia Davis back in full participation.
Yep.
After what we discussed, what this run defense has been, Jason, that might be one of the best return from injuries we've had, except Trent Williams and Debo all year.
Yeah, I'd be curious as to who we don't bring up if we did bring him up. You know what I mean? Where would the trade-off be?
I know it's going to seem crazy, and I'm not going to say they do it, but if you're going to bench Chase Young, if that rumor is true, if the rumor is true, and you're going to bench Chase Young, what good is he?
They're not.
I'm just saying. I don't.
Even though I consider they're not going to chase or bench Walk Young. I don't know if you guys have heard that name, but they've been calling him Walk Young.
Walk Young?
Because of that one play. Yeah.
I mean, I will say this about that one play. I'm pretty sure that if you go through and you watch every play of an NFL play, you'll find one player on the field cupcake.
Yeah. Besides, Jerry. I think Jerry might be literally the only exception to that. But it just happened to be on a play that just looked terrible from the get-go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's, you could go back to the Drake Greenlaw pick ceiling interception and see that he barely even tried to do his pass rush, kind of thing.
How's it, Rick Diaz? Thank you for showing up, my brother.
Rick, how you doing, baby? So, I'm not worried about any of these. I'm not paying attention to any injury report, any type of anything until whenever we start official Super Bowl practice.
It's the way too early injury report.
Monday, I believe. What, Monday, Wednesday?
Yeah, Monday we'll get something. But then Monday, I would expect maybe someone like Trent isn't going to practice. Kind of, you know what I mean? Some of those vets, they'll take that day off just to get,
I'm
And
going to try, depending on the time and how Sunday is working. I know the Niners leave for Vegas on Sunday. I'm 408 faithfuls and a couple Empire chapters I know that kind of organize the send off are trying to get details on when exactly it is. So I will try to go post a video to our social or record it and upload it or whatever. I'm going to try to be at the send off this time.
Yeah.
No promises because Sunday might be a kind of crazy day, but anyway, yeah, just be as we were talking about transitioning into Super Bowl week. I thought I'd give that shout out or mention that I'll try to post a video.
What were you gonna say, Jamie?
Don't they start media availability on Monday?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Like Monday night.
I believe that's the big. It's Media Monday night. Like that kicks off Super Bowl week, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I
kind of remember with the Miami game when they were in Miami. I think they started on Monday.
I remember that's when they had those sick ass fucking white jumpsuits.
Yep.
God, those were so hard.
I wonder if they're going to have something like that again this year. Like, they're going to have like a whatever, custom made. You know what? Would be badass, and I don't think she could do it, unfortunately.
No.
What if Juice's wife could make like everybody? Like I said,
that would
not
be
nearly enough time.
Sickest thing ever.
That would be dope, though. That would be dope. She's
like everybody comes out to do it. Shit. Oh man,
she's officially got a licensing deal with the NFL, yep. So you're going to be able either NFL Shop or the Niners website or something. You're going to be able to buy some. I believe Christina is her name.
Dude.
Christina Yushek.
Cool. Yeah,
I believe Christina.
I love. Did you see the one where she rolled up the sleeves and it says Super Bowl bound on the inside of her jacket?
No, I didn't.
On the one she wore on Sunday, she had it inside the sleeve, and then once the game was over, she rolled up the sleeve and it was in there.
Yeah,
it was
Claire Kittle rolled them up, and both sides
said
Super Bowl bound. I was like, nicely done. Yes, her shit is badass, dude. Like that vest that Debo had.
Lock Ambry in the closet next Sunday.
I'd wear a vest like that. Debo's vest, I thought was cool.
Oh, the Purdy vest that he wore specifically for a message, and that's the thing. I know next Friday and all that. Let's not kill all the storylines before we get to the Super Bowl week. Shit, we still got another week, but it's. I've been really, really just thinking over this week. I remember it finally hit me. I think it was Monday. Monday, I kind of was more, let's go, pulled up to the parking lot, slapping Travis King's Kittle song and everything like that. That's kind of when it hit me that I think we need to take we've been so focused and I posted on I posted on Facebook pretty much immediately. I posted immediately on Facebook, hey, let's not act like we've won the Super Bowl. This was our Super Bowl and all that. But, I mean, the Niners are in the Super Bowl again. Like, how crazy is that to really, really think that since 2011, we've been in 7 NFC championship games and 3 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
That's pretty, for as dark as the times have felt, during that 2011 to now 2023 stretch, we had some dark times.
Well, even during just the Shanahan stretch, there's been some dark times.
Yeah, there's been some dark time. I remember doing the show with
2020, 2018.
2018. I remember messaging Adam, having to convince him to do the show the day after Jimmy tore his ACL in 2018.
Yeah.
After we spent all offseason talking about what Jimmy could be and the dreams of Jimmy, and Adam and I were very, very bullish on the fact that I would think now whether we would have made it or not, I think we would have pushed for a wild card spot.
Yeah, I don't think we were ready necessarily to compete.
I don't think we would have necessarily gotten it, but I think we would have made some. It definitely would have been like a Detroit last year where you're carrying in some momentum, that type of situation. But
Detroit now is very similar to how we were in that 2018.
Yes. Oh, I said it. I said it this year. I said, let Detroit be us in 2019. Let us be. Now, I remember I talked to my homie who's the one person from California that I know that's a legit Lions fan. And I remember telling him, I was like, look, my nigga, I'm not going to say that as a Lions fan, you don't have scars. You know what I'm saying? Like, we make fun of the Browns, but at least the Browns have some success back in the day. But, at least they've had some legit success. They have a not Super Bowl, but they have an NFL championship. It wasn't a Super Bowl, but, the Lions are really the Lions and the Cardinals are really the bad ones. But I said, the reason I shed a little tear Sunday. The reason why, we were celebrating and all that wasn't necessarily because we went to the Super Bowl. It's because of everything we've been through since we last went. And I said, bro, when you cry, I said, if y'all ever win a Super Bowl, probably the first thing that will come to your mind is blowing the NFC championship, a 24-7 halftime lead at the NFC championship game. No, I see it seriously. That's
What's
what
up,
went through my mind. That's what went.
Sorry ass man. Shalom. Same old sorry ass man. Shalom. Same old.
Y'all really felt, on Sunday.
Shalom.
I don't know if it was the first. I don't know if it was the first thought in my head, but just laying on the floor, a half empty, 3/4 empty bottle of tequila in my hand, laying on the floor, just sobbing after the NFC Championship game last year, definitely crossed my mind. Sunday night.
So, all right, let's move on to the next one. We've got the man, the myth, the head of the Swifties. Put some respect on this man's name if we don't like him or not. He's the man from 2021. Andy Reid. I mean, you want to talk about dominant. This man as a head coach has just been that. 6 NFC division champs. I don't know why it says NFL on that one. 2004 NFC champs. And then as the head coach for the Chiefs, 8 straight AFC championships, and 2-1 is a Super Bowl. I mean, when it's talked about with best coaches of all time, Andy Reid does not get enough credit.
He doesn't.
And enough talk about when it comes up to being one of the he's probably like top 5 coach of all time, in my opinion.
He's really good.
You know what? Who Andy Reid reminds me of? Obviously, more of a longevity than this person I'm going to mention, but he kind of his Eagles teams remind me of the Harbaugh Niners. You go to one Super Bowl, and 3 straight NFC Championship games. And I remember that 2004 NFC Championship was I believe my senior year in high school. So I remember those Eagles teams, and I remember the feeling of now Patrick Mahomes, getting Patrick Mahomes sure as hell does help. Yeah. But
low-key with Alex Smith,
does Andy Reid win a Super Bowl without Patrick Mahomes? I don't know.
I think they were right there like they had with Donovan McNabb. Mm-hmm. I think it would have been just right there with Alex Smith. They would have to have everything fall in the right way for them to win.
Yeah.
But I think he could have won it with Alex Smith because that team was still damn good.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like he would have definitely been one of those. And it would have been sad. He would have definitely been mentioned as one of the greatest coaches who never won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And
his Eagles' tenure is kind of like how Kyle's Niners' tenure is right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny. Haberman and Middlecoff has said on several occasions, Haberman or Middlecoff, whichever one the bald one is, I forget. But worked for Andy Reid while he was in Philadelphia, and he often mentions Kyle's tenure like Andy Reid's tenure in Philadelphia. You know,
It's similar.
when I bet you, I wonder how much Eagle fans really truly, after they've had, some of the coaching, disasters that they've had in recent years, I wonder how much they really miss. And, after him, it ain't like they hired Bill Walsh after him,
No,
how
but
much
they
they
have had
really
a
truly
Super Bowl and
miss
got
Andy
to
Reid.
another Super Bowl. So I mean,
But it hasn't always been like that. They've had some struggles, some coaching struggles, but I want to say this. Obviously, hope to beat him and everything like that, but I believe Andy Reid is one of the he could outcoach Kyle, and I think there would be very little shame in that. Like, of course, we're going to be mad. We're going to be in our feelings and everything like that. But if you tell me when it's all said and done, Andy Reid's a better coach than Kyle Shanahan.
How's it, Angel? Thank you for showing up, brother.
I would not say that you're crazy.
No,
I
not
think
at all.
Maybe if you don't have Bill Belichick, maybe if you don't have Bill Walsh, Andy Reid might be the GOAT. When it's all said and done.
Yeah.
Jamie, your thoughts on Andy Reid?
No, like you guys said, like Kyle's tenure right now with the Niners is very similar to Andy Reid's with the Eagles, and Philly. He's like if there's anybody who's like a better offensive play caller or offensive like mind game, it's probably him than Kyle, honestly. Yeah. So like, and any player who's ever worked with him has only said good things about Andy Reid. So like, he's well respected around the league, clearly, and he is doing obviously extremely well over in Kansas City, obviously. So he's just a really, really good head coach, and he's definitely he'll definitely probably once he retires, got to be in a Hall of Fame.
Oh
he's first ballot. He's
first ballot.
So like, there's no doubt. Like, he's top of the top, And
I mean,
obviously a big part of why Kansas City has had so much success. Like, they've drafted really well, and then he's just put all of his players in really good positions for the most part. So like,
I always judge coaches by if they got fired, how many calls would they have? How many calls would their agent have before they got home? You know what I'm saying? And I think about 24 teams would call Andy Reid.
100%.
Obviously the Chargers just hiring Harbaugh, the Niners.
Did you hear who his OC is going to be?
Who is his OC going to be?
Greg Roman.
Fucking A.
I fucking laughed when I saw that, dude.
Oh, Chargers fans, get ready for 1 million delay of game penalties. And hey, at least, you know what? At least we know that all 3 of those times outs will be used every half.
So a little serious part when it comes to the coaches of the Chiefs. As much as I respect Andy Reid, the one that scares me is Spagnuolo.
Yeah.
That man is an absolute wizard when it comes to coaching a defense. He doesn't run a plain vanilla system. He can change his system up to defend anybody. You don't know what you're going against when you're going up a Steve Spagnuolo defense. It is insane how good of a defense this man is. He's the man that helped make the defense that beat the undefeated Patriots team. So, like I said, nothing against Andy, but if there's two sides, Kyle could coach just as good as Andy. But the question is Steve Wilkes going to be able to call a game as good as Spagnuolo? That to me is where the difference and where this game is won or lost.
Yeah, I Totally agree. Just Steve-O's comment. I really wanted to highlight this one. Who's getting more calls? Every coach is a free agent, right? Who's getting more calls? Bill Belichick or Andy Reid? I think Andy Reid.
Andy Reid.
Right now,
Andy
in
Reid.
2023. In
Well, the reason why
2023,
Bill
Andy
Belichick,
Reid.
yeah, that's the reason why no one's hired Bill Belichick right now. Nothing against him, but dude's like, what, 72, 73? He's just a little bit too old.
A little
Yeah.
bit too old. How
A
much
little
does
bit
he?
too old school.
How much? Yeah, a little too old. How much do you identify with today's younger players? And I don't want this to take away what Bill Belichick is, but it's a lot easier to look like a genius coach when you have Tom Brady.
Yeah. Well, you could say the same thing. It's a lot easier to be a great coach when you got a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes.
Joe Montana. I get it. And
So, I mean,
unfortunately, we never have any other pro football to, Bill went here and sucked, or he worked here before. So yeah, that's an argument to be made with Bill Walsh. But yeah, Andy Reid gets way more calls than Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
all right.
But no, Jason, I agree. I think it's kind of a stalemate. The players type of I believe our offense versus their defense is going to be more the plays than players make than the plays Kyle calls or the defense Spagnuolo calls, but Andy Reid versus Steve Wilkes gives me fucking nightmares.
Yeah.
It literally basically the way I'm looking at it is, can the Chiefs make enough mistakes, drop balls, missed a wide open receiver, slipped and fall, threw a pick, fumbles, those type of things, to give the Niners a chance? Because if we both play a clean game, both teams play their A game, I think the Chiefs might squeak it out.
Possibly.
I think so. But this is the thing about it. You could have the perfect play called up. We said it about the NFC Championship, the play that Brock got hurt on. BA was there for a huge play. It was going to be a huge play. Might have even been a touchdown. But what happened? Hassan Reddick was just faster than Brock. Brock could get the ball out.
In the right
So
right time.
Nick Bosa, Andy Reid could have up a million perfect balls. If Nick Bosa can get there faster than Patrick Mahomes can throw the ball, then it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I agree with you on the coaches, bro. Steve Wilkes versus Andy Reid gives me nightmares.
All right, let's move on to the next one. We have got the offense, which is full of all sorts of bad blood. This is not the same offense that they had when they beat us in the Super Bowl. This is not as high flying as an offense. It has struggled mightily at times. I couldn't tell you how many times watching Chiefs games to where they just could not their wide receivers could not catch a ball to save their life. But they still end up winning. I mean, again, they do have Patrick Mahomes. They do have Kelsey. And then Isaiah Pacheco has showed up mightily this season for them. And to be honest, I think I'm more worried about their running game than I was about Detroit's. And that is the one weakness that we do have is in the running game. So, yep. Jamie, what do you think about their offense?
Like you said, with Pacheco showing up and being really solid this season, and that with how bad our run defense is, that's my biggest worry. Is they really? And I know that I know John Lynch has said stuff. I know Steve Wilkes has said stuff that they're cleaning it up or they're addressing it and stuff. But like that's like if they start running the ball and controlling the clock and just letting Mahomes be out there, that's a problem. Big problem. So that's my biggest worry. And obviously Mahomes is Mahomes. Like, what are you gonna do? He's gonna make plays. He's gonna make plays. Like that's the crazy thing is he's going to make plays eventually. Like you can't completely stop him. I just hope our defensive line can slow him down enough. Hopefully. And then Travis has been really good this season too, really solid. So especially been big in the playoffs.
I'd play better if Taylor Swift was my girlfriend. Just saying.
Yeah,
Probably.
girl.
I really don't think.
Speaking of which, have you guys read the bottom of these guys' names, by the way?
Yes.
Chat.
They're amazing. This is phenomenal. But yeah, that's really it for me.
No, I mean I'm curious to see how this game goes because we all know this. Niners generally don't score in 2 plays. Right? Like
No.
we don't have that quick strike ability. So if Kansas City can run the ball, which is going to shorten the game, and we're going to run the ball to shorten the game, the thing that worries me most about this game is the Chiefs can score. Let's say the game has a total of 8 possessions. The Chiefs can score on 4 of those. The 8 possessions total for each side.
Okay, the way you said it was like 8 positions. I'm like,
no.
Everybody's getting the ball twice.
The Chiefs can score on 4 of those possessions, right? The Niners have to score on 5 in that case. But then again, I've came out and I believe it was either Tuesday or championship night. This is a 24-27 game. I say the Niners win. If this game starts to get up into the late 20s, the 30s, that's when I have a problem because I believe we have enough players that we could score 3 touchdowns, a field goal, 4 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, 2 field goals. I believe in CMC. I believe in Brock. I believe in BA. Their defense might be too good to either not force us into mistakes or to put up 30 plus on. Their defense just might be too good to score 30 plus on. I like this game in the 20s for the Niners' sake.
All right. So speaking of that defense, we definitely got to shake them off to get some points on the board. Again, this is not the same defense that we played against in the 19 Super Bowl. This defense, especially up front, they've got 2 defensive linemen with Jones and Carfula. I'm not even going to try his last name. They both have 10.5 sacks from from lineman positions. They blitz. I think it was like the 4th or 5th most in the NFL. And the thing is, they get their sacks when they blitz. These guys, this is a very, very good blitzing team, and they get to you and they will sack you. And yes, Brock has been good when teams have brought pressure on him, but I don't think he's seen pressure at this level. They only allow 17.3 points per game and 310 yards per game. Not a whole lot. And they've got playmakers at every single level. It's like TJ, like you said, this is going to be a hard team to score on. It's going to take explosive plays and just a lot of control to get points on these guys.
Turnovers, good punt returns.
Yeah, good field position on stuff like that.
We're not gonna go 80 yards on 16 plays against this team. They'll get us on the field. They'll force us into a turnover. They're gonna do something in those 16 plays.
Yeah.
Jamie?
Yeah, I agree. Their defense is what honestly makes me the most nervous because they have a really solid. This is a Chiefs team that probably has their most well-rounded defense that we've seen since this whole era. So it's gonna be tough. Now they have a couple defensive linemen that are hurt. Say it again.
Is that era on tour?
Oh my god. Bro, I don't know. I don't even know what to say to those. But those they do have a couple defensive linemen hurt, which helps a little bit.
Omenihu
But
and Jones.
yeah. So we'll just have to kind of see what ends up happening because it's gonna be their defense is tough. It's gonna probably be one of the best ones besides Baltimore that Purdy has seen. Now if they blitz a lot, Purdy is pretty good against the blitz. He might be able to make something
Die
work.
by the sword.
He might. I don't know. He might. So like that's the only benefit because if they come out blitzing hard and we can get some quick passes going, get some stuff like that going, quick offense real fast, then we have to take those opportunities. Like we cannot be slow starting like how we've been these last few games. We really, really can't. Like our first offensive possession, we have to score points.
Mm-hmm.
We have to.
Otherwise,
we're gonna have it's gonna be extremely difficult. So
I think if I'm curious to see if this game's the opposite of last week. In the sense, like either like their defense, their offense can't move against us, or is fine. They're up 10-0, just because like they got so many possessions, but so it's like it doesn't matter how much our defense gets off the field, our offense can't score. Just like last week, it didn't matter how much the offense moved up and down the field. I felt I was less worried about the offense in halftime last week than I was the defense. I thought the offense was fine. I thought we were going to get our shit together. And I'm like, you know what? Jake Moody makes that field goal. We're feeling a lot different going into halftime. I was worried about the defense. Like, look, dude, it doesn't matter if we score. It doesn't matter if we score 45 points if our defense can't. They literally weren't getting even third downs, bro. Like, they were 5 of 7 in the first half. I think I'm worried if it's going to be the opposite this game. We only gave up 10 points to Patrick Mahomes. Kind of thing. Like, holy shit.
And we got 24 at halftime.
Well, not even we got 24 at halftime. But, like, I mean, where defensively you say the Niners won that half defensively. They gave up 7-10 points to the Chiefs, right? But they only kicked a field goal, and punted on every other possession. I could see it almost being like that at halftime, where you're like, look, I'm confident in this defense. I'm not confident in this offense. We're going to have to score a pick six, something, kind of thing. And then I think what's going to be happen is I think the halftime adjustments are going to be what wins us this game that Kyle makes. We have
been good at halftime adjustments.
And the one thing is I think it was Eric Branch asked, and I don't remember what Jed said. I'll have to re-listen to the video, but he asked, where do you think Kyle's grown the most since Super Bowl 54, right? And ultimately, I'll always will put Super Bowl 54 on the defense. Don't give up 21 answered points. We knew that the 2019 Niners were built on defense. That's what got us to the Super Bowl, Jason, right? Yep. Our defense and our running game. Okay, don't give up 21 answered points, bro. Get off the field on 3rd and 15. That's what I say. More than Jimmy hit Emmanuel Sanders. The sneaky thing on offense that's not talked about is Debo was dominating that first half. They could not stop him. And I literally don't think he got a touch the rest of the game after halftime.
That's before everybody knew about
what Debo was.
You knew about Debo, but you didn't quite know what Debo was about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's the thing I feel. I feel that ultimately, I think Debo's a man on a mission. On KBR, they kept on talking that Debo at halftime of last week, Debo came up and said something to Kyle, and Kyle went and gave him a big slap on the butt and everything like that. And I think it was something very similar to Kyle, I got your back. Give me the ball, and then going and scoring against the Cry Girls. I think it was pretty much essentially that's what it is. And that's the thing I hope that Kyle has learned the most is look, if they can't stop Kittlecorn, you feed Kittlecorn the fucking rock until they prove that they can stop it.
Yeah.
CMC, Juwan Jennings, whoever the fuck it is, you feed them the rock until they prove that they can stop it.
How's it, Failua? Thank you for showing up, my brother.
Aloha, brother.
That's what I hope.
Yeah,
It's like if the run's working, keep running the ball until they stop the run.
Ball.
If the pass is working, keep throwing the ball until they stop letting the pass work. That's the one thing that irritates me sometimes about Kyle is he goes away from the hot hand too quickly sometimes. And I just really hope that like if CMC is going off in the Super Bowl, he just lets CMC keep going until literally either CMC can't keep going or they keep stopping him. So like, and he has all these weapons. It's not like you have to put it on one person. You have a lot of weapons. So like you can spread it out. And yes,
that's the thing. Or go ahead, Jamie. Sorry.
No, I lost my train of thought, but I just really hope he doesn't go away from the hot hand too quickly. Sometimes, like spread it out,
and that's
but
what
if
I'm
something's
hoping.
working, keep using it.
And I think that's ultimately where I say the third quarter is going to determine this game more than any other quarter. Because I think that Kansas City is going to come out, they're going to do their thing or whatever. But I see that third quarter start to be where, like, you know what? That's cool, you dominate. But you know what? I don't think Kansas City wants to tackle Debo all four quarters. I'm curious to see if this is where we start to see a little Elijah Mitchell in the third, fourth quarter. With fresh legs. Is this what Kyle? I'll take back everything I said about Kyle not using fucking Elijah Mitchell. If he's just like, dude, we knew he would get hurt if we played him more than 4 snaps a game. So like we were literally just saving him for the Super Bowl. Like I'm okay with that, Kyle.
That's a hell of a trump card that to pull out. Hey, Mark. Yeah, we're happy to the Super Bowl, but that's not what we want. We want to win the Super Bowl.
I'm not with Jed. I'm not okay. I'm not. Jed said in his interview, losing the NFC Championship game is the worst feeling in the world. No. Watching that red and yellow confetti fall on the field, Super Bowl 54 was one of the worst feelings I've had in my entire life.
Yeah, being that close. Red and it should have been gold.
Super Bowl 47, I felt was a little different because the game was over and then the Niners came back. We were up 7:28 left in the fourth quarter, 7:28 away from a championship. 7 minutes, Jason.
We started feeling it on that one. Like you could just like, oh, this is it. This is it.
I literally remember when Bam Bam picked off that ball. I had just walked into the place where I ended up finishing watching the Super Bowl. And I literally remember I walked in and I seen them, them all in the end zone doing the pose and everything like that. And for a split second, I was like, am I going to get that picture tattooed? I'm like, am I going to get that picture tattooed?
And it all fell apart after that picture.
I'll never. That's why to this day, I hate that they do that shit.
All right. So for all of these guys who voted for the Kansas City Swifties, we are never, ever getting back together. Most people... This is going to be driving me crazy, TJ. I realize this, and that's part of the reason why I did this. Pretty much everybody has this as a very close game. Most people and analysts and all that kind of stuff have it going towards the Chiefs. So that's where this stands with, like I said, with most most analysts and everything, pretty much across the board, no matter what station or broadcast team, whatever. Most people it's a close game, usually within 7, and they're picking the Chiefs on it.
Jamie, I'll let you go first, and then I'll give my thoughts on that.
I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm surprised. I've seen a lot of people too are picking the Chiefs, and like I kind of get it. They've been here so many times the last few years. They've won 2 of them. Like, it makes sense, but I really feel like if we start hot and we keep going and we play like we were earlier in the season, we play that strong and we hold them, we can win. I do. I really think we can. It's just we got to play all 4 quarters. We can't start slow. We have to. The defense has to wake up and have a much better run defense, and we just got to play clean football. That's what we got to do. We can't be making mistakes. So that's my biggest thing. But I'm not surprised that people are picking the Chiefs, though. Not at all.
Look, if I remove my Niner hat, it's kind of hard to pick against a team that's been in 4 of the last 5 Super Bowls, right?
Literally.
Like let's be real here.
And who are getting hot at the perfect time.
And getting hot at the perfect circa Giants kind of feel. Not how you start, how you finish, Jason, But I don't take off my Niner hat, and I am a Niner. I am a faithful. So I will obviously do it from a perspective of the Niners. I know I say this every single week, but I'm excited. And I've said this every week in the playoffs. I'm excited. Trent Williams, now is your opportunity, Trent Williams. Think about this. This is your opportunity, Trent, to win a championship. Kill the corn. You said, I'll be back, and I will be back with the motherfucking vengeance. No, sir. You will not get the best of me. No, sir.
And
Debo.
And last week he was like, I have redeemed myself when he caught the onside kick. He said, I have redeemed myself.
Yeah.
I hope they use that.
Yeah, it's very simple. Very simple. Are you champions? Are you champions? Or are you not? What, we're going to get to the Super Bowl a third time? I mean, we obviously could, and we hope we do. But, the third time, y'all are going to be ready, right? Okay.
Oh, the fourth time.
And that's kind of how I feel. That's kind of how I feel. Has there been a lot of talk? And look, I love it. I shoot that shit right into my veins. The talk and the motivation and the desire of these players. But talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. And I'm pretty sure Jed's tired of buying all these goddamn plane tickets. Sorry, Lord. Hot damn plane tickets just to watch us lose. You know what I'm saying? Because he said everybody in the organization.
Which, yeah. Big ups to Jed for that shit.
I think, look, say what you want, but I think we need to do this. I'm not. Look, I came here and said I don't love his attitude. I'm very Eddie D. You show me a good loser, I'll show you a loser. You feel me? I hate to fucking lose. I'd rather have lost last week and have the Lions be in this game than fucking lose the Super Bowl, bro. You feel me? So I'm not Jed, but I have to respect the man.
He's learned his lesson over the years. He's
learned his lesson, right. And I think that it's very. I think sometimes when you're in such of these big positions, that people seem to forget either how young you are or the fact that, life is about learning, right? And you're supposed to be wiser, today than you were yesterday type of thing, So it definitely feels like he's learned that, hey, not everybody can just come in here and coach this football team. Now, does that mean Kyle he's so scared to let Kyle go that Kyle ends up staying too long. Time will tell. But as of right now, I would say this: those people who flew the planes over Levi Stadium in 2016, you have the right to, right? The organization was in disaster.
Yeah.
Everything, right? But I would say if you're really men, fly a plane that says, "Congrats, Jed. Here's your ring." Guy, remember the one I went to, the plane I saw live in person when we and my boy were walking to Levi saying, "Here's our here's our banner, Jed. Where's yours?" Right? And I hope those people fly a sign that says, "Congratulations, Jed. Here's your banner." And
I just want to answer something with to Mark. I saw a report today that was it Christina Juszczyk? I can't remember her last name.
I believe it's
Juice's
Christina.
wife could not afford a suite. This is a
Wasn't
man
it? Was
who
it
makes
them or
6
McCaffrey?
Or is it McCaffrey? Okay, maybe
I
it was
think
McCaffrey.
I saw it was McCaffrey, but I could be wrong.
Either way, this is rich motherfuckers who can't afford shit. So I mean, that's how much Super Bowl tickets are right now. Rich people can't afford them.
I think the cheapest normal tickets are like $8,000.
No, it's 9,100. I looked it up
91?
today.
Okay.
Because I got an email saying, because apparently they do a random draw amongst season ticket holders to see who gets the opportunity to go buy tickets. Through you're a season ticket holder, come buy tickets, and I didn't win. I don't think that's a coincidence. I think they just automatically don't include people in cheap seats.
Mm-hmm.
But
I know someone who paid $30,000 for 2 tickets.
That's what I'm saying. Suites
30,000
suites at the Super Bowl. Suites are the Super Bowl are made for NFL sponsors so they can tickle their balls. That's what suites at the Super Bowl are made for. They're not made for normal people. They're made for people, Coors Light, fanatics. Whoever is a partner of the NFL, you get a suite, and that's a hey, thank you for sponsoring the NFL treat that they get every year.
This is what where the difference between being a millionaire and a billionaire
really
comes
matters.
in.
Yeah. This is like where a millionaire says, I'm rich, and then all of a sudden, no, I'm not.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the last one. So, I bet you're thinking about me featuring Chris Stapleton, 2021. Right now, the Niners are a 2.5-point favorite. Basically, it's an even Stevens game. That could change, but I don't see it changing, honestly, at all, if anything. And the over-under right now is 47.5 points. I'm going to take the over on this, just barely.
Wow. I think the Niners would cover. If the Niners are going to win, I think they're going to cover. I'm sorry. I don't see us winning by 1 or 2 points. Right? Like I'm comfortable saying the Niners win by 3. Right? I don't see 2 1 points, but if it was, I mean, shit, I didn't feel comfortable that we were going to cover the 7 or 7.5. It ended up being in the Lions game. I would not take the Niners above 4. If it starts to get into 4.5, Niners by 4.5, I'm not touching that. Over and under, I'm taking the under all day. Because if it goes over 47.5, that looks less and less likely. The closer it gets to over 47.5, the less and less likely it's you're coming out here for a parade, Jason. In my personal opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with TJ. I think if Niners win, they're winning by 3. I think if it's anything, I think it's going to be a close game. I don't think it's going to be anything over 3 to 4 points.
Taking the 6.
6? Ooh,
and
that's brave.
Over under. I think
in fairness, that's 20. That's basically 23 to 25
23.8.
going over.
Yeah,
20
I
to
would.
25
Yeah,
going over.
I think that's pretty accurate. I don't think I see, unless it becomes a shootout. I don't think I think the max points the teams will make is like
What would be
23 points.
28 to 47?
Lou, I love you.
28 to
This
27.
dude is just like, we're gonna win by 1,000 points every damn week, and I don't give a shit.
Yeah, he
every
does.
damn
He
one.
does every week.
Bro.
Sole
You know-
knows what's up.
You know, one of the things I've really had to stop doing as I became a quote unquote fanalist of this team is, we're going to win every week. We're going to win the Super Bowl every year. And I've had to stop doing that. I've had to say that it's okay to call yourself a faithful. And I'll never say the Niners will lose a game, but I do feel comfortable now saying, hey, if X, and X happens, we will lose. Like I just said, the closer it gets to over 47.5 points, the less likely it is that Jason's coming out here for a parade. And Jamie, I'm telling you, girl, you got to come down.
Get you out here, Jamie.
You have to.
We'll see. We'll see how my work schedule
Literally,
comes out.
you've been waiting this.
I know.
You've been waiting for this your
We'll
whole
see.
life.
We'll see.
Jamie, your PTO doesn't spend itself. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, I know.
That's what. So, and in California, it's literally legally been required that you get 40 hours, and they cannot fire you for using your sick time. I know this because my boss would love to fire me after I call off the Monday after the Super Bowl.
We'll
see, I'm actually going to. My plan is okay. So
no, I actually do.
I also don't want to put I want to wait till the game. Like I don't like.
Of course,
I'd have to put it in advance to get it off.
That's why you just said that you came down with gold fever.
We'll see.
I'm telling you, you can do it, Jamie. You could do it.
Well, we'll see. We will see. It'll depend on when the parade is and all that stuff too. So
like with me, like I have to plan. So I've had to plan this.
Yeah,
like,
that's
I'm
what I'm saying. Jason has to plan.
Really hoping that it's on Thursday. That way I can work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then I'm not coming home till Saturday. Like I'm gonna get off at 1. I'm gonna be on a plane by like 3. And I'll be at TJ's house by like 6.
Yeah. We'll pick you up from the airport, bruh.
Right. And then we're gonna go.
So my girl doesn't. Or we'll talk about this after we win. We'll talk about this after we win because my girl has
the thing. Let's keep going.
See, you guys are local. Unfortunately, I have to make plans on this, so I've kind of got to keep this in mind.
Shit, Jamie, I'll pay for you to take the Amtrak or whatever it is out here.
God, like I could drive up there.
Okay, I'll pay for
it on a Thursday. If it's on a Thursday, I can make it work if I'm not working. That's the thing. I'll have to figure out
it would be in the city. That much we know, or at least Jed said in the press conference that they announced they were building the stadium, that they were building the stadium in Santa Clara. That press conference, they see Steve-O. But if I put it in the calendar, like if I mark, like basically how we request time off at work is we just write in our name and whatever day on the calendar. You know what I'm saying? We just mark our name in, like, I'll just put like, for example, the 22nd through the 27th, I just put TJ in all those days. And my boss knows that means I'm requesting those days off. And 99.9% of the time she gives us to him. Even though she said she wasn't going to be able to give me Thanksgiving off, she still did. So the problem with that, Steve-O, is if I put my name in the calendar, I cannot use my sick time. Because I requested the day off, and then it doesn't become sick time; it becomes paid time off.
Yeah. All right. So before we get too crazy into that, let's go to my prediction. My prediction is 30-24, and we will have Taylor Swift singing "Gold Rush" 2020 as we win the Super Bowl. That is my prediction. And yes, TJ, that is actually one of her songs.
Hey, bang, bang. You know what? Maybe that might be my favorite fucking Taylor Swift song. I
told you.
Jason and I are getting Ladybug tattoos if we win the Super Bowl. Let's go.
I'm done. You know what? Done.
We're done. Jamie, you got to do it with us too.
I don't like needles, guys. I don't like needles. I can't.
It's already bad enough that I said
you don't have any tats, huh, Jamie? My bad. I forgot.
It's already bad enough that I said I'd start an OnlyFans if we win the Super Bowl. Now I gotta get a tattoo on top of it.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Hey, bro. Fuck it.
I know, right? Like, win the Super Bowl. I don't give a shit.
Made. Like, you know, it's really. But anyway, yeah. You know, I don't know if I'm ready for this week, bro. Like, I don't know if this week's gonna be the fastest week.
It's gonna be
the slowest 3 hours.
long.
I don't know if it's gonna be the fastest week, but the slowest 8 hours, you know, or however long it is between kickoff to when I wake up on Sunday, you know, or if it's gonna be the longest week and then like the fastest time in my. Because this is why I hate. I think that
There's your
when
six,
I wake up, when I wake up. And it's pretty much I wake up, it's pregame, and then boom, it's smoking blunt and ready for the game. I do fine, you know, because I'm just so laser focused on game. When I have to sit around and wait around, that's when I get nervous. That's when, you know, doubt creeps in. That's when my butterflies start to kick, you know, when I have to sit all day and I have to think about, you know,
yeah,
the emotions are able to go up and down a lot more at a 3:30 kickoff. But yeah, Tuesday I have a little snippet I want to give to y'all about okay, I'll give you this one this week, and then on Tuesday I'm gonna give you another one. So I was talking to my one of my coworkers, Paula, right? But my girl likes to say she's my work wife, right? So we're chopping it up today, and she's asking me, hey, when's the Super Bowl? You know, all that type of stuff. She goes, yeah, I'm going to watch. Last time I watched, I said, watch, the Niners are going to win because I'm watching, right? And it was funny. I almost said something to her because she showed up in a Niners sweatshirt on work, and I was about to be like, all the fucking sudden, 19 weeks into the NFL season, this bitch wants to show up with a Niners sweatshirt on Monday. You know? Like, bitch, I wore this hat literally every Monday the whole season, you know? Kind of thing. But she told me she was born Christmas Eve, 1994. So she was literally born a month and 5 days before we won the Super Bowl. Right? This year, fast forward, her daughter was born August 3rd, I believe, August of 2023. So she's like, literally, the last time we won the Super Bowl, I was born. Now we have an opportunity to win the Super Bowl the year my daughter was born. And I was like, Paula, I'll buy fucking however many diapers Natalie goes through a month, whatever you gotta fucking do to make sure you gotta pop out a kid next year. That's your number one goal, girl. We're gonna pop a kid out of you every fucking year from now on, if this is the case. But I thought that was kind of a little cool little tidbit.
So you guys don't have to give your predictions, but that's what I have mine as.
Yeah, I'll give mine next week. I actually want to kind of think about this. Oh, big shout out!
Right now.
I want to actually let you know this. So my boy Thursday, the day of the parade, my boy invited. He said, win or lose, he invited me on his show. He said whatever time works. So I figured if you're here, especially if we're already back to my house, if we're already back to my house, we'll both be going on my boy's show.
Cool. I'm down.
Yeah. Fifth Down Sports Show, I believe. He changes the name all the time, but he's a Crygos fan. But my boy always, he says, hey, look, when we want to do Niners, we know who to come to. So Niner final got 5 hoofers, most high character players on the team. You know, ultimately, if you told me what's the number one reason I believe the Niners are going to win, I believe this team has better character, bro. Right? I believe this team is more heart of a champion. Champions never say die. Because the 2019 team faced with the same game as the NFC Championship game against the Lions, I think the 2019 Niners lose that game.
Well, they were young too. They were a lot younger.
Yeah.
That's why the Lions, this year's Lions, are very similar to that team because they're a young team. They don't have as much experience.
Don't know what they're doing yet.
So, they were young. They didn't know, but now they have years in the playoffs. They've gone through adversity. They lost the NFC Championship
They realized
last year.
this just doesn't happen every year. Like, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? You just don't go to the Super Bowl every year, even if you're, you know, I would say, like, you know what's kind of sad is that the 22 Niners were a better team than the 2019 Niners. You know, think about it. The team that lost in Philadelphia last year was a better team than the team that obviously lost to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. So I hope that's what we ultimately learned is guess what? You could have a quote unquote better team. You know, next year we could be a quote unquote better team, but that doesn't guarantee shit.
No.
I
That's
would
where
tell
the
you,
luck comes into play because it does affect things. Health. All the
health,
variables that are outside of the team's control.
the flu.
No.
Ayuk may never have a pass like that the rest of his career.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally. You know, it was so funny because I was telling my girl, babe, what did I tell you it takes to win the championship? A little bit of luck, right?
Mhm.
A little bit of luck.
Mhm.
And so that's the thing, like that's the thing that hurts most about this. In 2019, it was the clinch by an inch. That play would have gone down in Niner history. You know, there would have been a banner of that play in the stadium in Levi's. You know, and all these amazing plays happen. Like they don't happen every year. And that's ultimately where I think not our best hope, but the best belief I have is this team ain't blowing a 10-point lead. You know what I'm saying? If the Chiefs go out, they knock us out and everything like that. Hey, we lost to the defending champs. But I promise you, the Chiefs are gonna leave that game with a couple black eyes.
Oh, Niners are gonna fight. They're not going down without a fight. So they're
I
not just
believe
gonna
we
hand it
proved that
over.
last week. Because if there was any quit in this football team, definitely last week it would have showed up.
For sure.
All right, go through the ad reads.
Go for it.
All right, we want to thank y'all for tuning in this week. Before we get out of here, of course, we got to remind everybody, help out Niner Faithful Radio by using our shop49ers.com affiliate link. Link will be in the description of this podcast or video. Go to SeatGiant.com. Use the promo code Niner Faithful Radio to get all your theater, concert, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Super Bowl tickets, and as well as help out the show. Oh, you're listening to the Friday show. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr at Niner Faithful Radio, Twitter at Niner Faithful R. To see everywhere you can subscribe, go ahead and visit NinerFaithfulRadio.com/subscribe. There will be no game day shows this week. And your special 20% off coupon code for all season 3 for the faithful by the faithful apparel is Beat the Chiefs. That promo code will be active until the Tuesday after the Super Bowl. So we'll change it to the day after the parade if we win, and we'll
give it something different.
We'll give it, and everything will be adjusted. But yeah, as of right now, it is Beat the Chief. Jamie, Jason, hell of a show.
Indeed, brother. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Good night. I'm ready.
All right, you guys. Go ahead and get out of here, and I'll say goodbye to everybody.
Sounds good.
All right, brother.
Deuces. Hey, TJ, don't forget, we have that meeting tomorrow morning, by the way.
Yeah, 10 a.m., right?
10 a.m. Yep. I'll send you the link as soon as I get it.
Yeah, send me the link, bro. All right. Yeah.
Yep.
All righty.
It's been good.
See ya. Bye.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for showing up to our weekend review show. We love having you guys here. Again, nothing for shows this coming weekend, obviously. Maybe something cool happens. We'll pop in for like the Pro Bowl or whatever happens, but probably not. We'll be back next Tuesday where we'll give probably a deeper breakdown of what's going on with the Chiefs game in the Super Bowl. And, we'll probably get some stuff with, hopefully get some good marks from whatever was said at Media Day or anything like that. And until next Tuesday, everybody, bye if it's I tell you lava. One love. See you guys later. Thank you very much. Deuces.